My future at TASI Bank is very bright. But thank you for having me in the. And
We
it's
need something.
amazing. I think you've done a great job with it, Alan.
My paperwork. Well, you can only see my shirt. This is the latest in TASI golf wear.
They both like bargaining. They like discounts.
One,
They
one.
always they always listen to their mothers.
That's right. Look at you. Come on, keep going, Viral. I love that. I love that. Welcome back to Making Waves, your TASI Bank podcast. I'm your host, Alan Gall, and today we have a very special guest with us, Viral Shah, with the Federal Bureau of Investigation. Viral, thank you for joining. You're not with the FBI, are you?
Not yet. I can neither
Why?
confirm nor deny.
Okay, all right. I know it's not Halloween, and I don't want to be I don't want to be less than sensitive, right? Because politically correct. But you look like you could be Ray Charles or Stevie Wonder sitting at a piano right now.
I know. So if you're wondering why am I wearing sunglasses, because
Yeah, I'm
I've been
wondering.
told my future at TASI Bank is very bright. But thank you for having me on the original OG Alan Gall show.
It's not the
I
Alan
heard it's
Gall
got
show. It's
more viewership than the Daily Show.
no, we have zero viewership. Just so you know, this is the most unwatched, underrated. I mean, there's nobody watching this podcast. I think when Dave said, when we toured the building, you were part of it. He said, "Oh yeah, and that could
Yep.
be your podcast room," which I thought was a joke, but he was serious. And now we have a podcast room. It's literally a room.
And
We
it's
need something.
amazing. I think
Yeah.
you've done a great job with it, Alan.
Well, I hope the listeners that don't subscribe will understand that someday when I'm long gone and they'll be, at the Smithsonian or the Library of Congress. Anyway, Viral Shah is actually, he's our regional vice president of credit administration for TASI Bank. Did I get that correct? Like you're an RVP.
Absolutely. Spot on.
You are
Thank
one
you.
letter away from an
At least
RSVP.
at least it seems that somebody knows I'm working. But thank you.
You're welcome. So, RVP? Is that RVP?
No, it should be MVP, most valuable player.
Yeah, but your RVP is one letter away from an RSVP.
Yes,
So how long have you been with the
that
bank?
is true. This November, I will complete 13 years with the bank.
Wow, 13 years.
13 long years. Yeah.
Wow, wow. And you have a very good staff. How big's your staff now? It's growing.
Yes, it's growing. Wasn't the way when we started, but over the time, we as a bank have changed our culture, right? And as we focus on how we hire, look, keeping the culture in mind, I think we have a much stronger, efficient, and a smarter team to show for it.
Yeah,
So
I
I'm
mean,
really happy to see the growth and the changes in the team.
yeah, because I've been here going on 6 years, and I've seen a little bit of a turnover, but I've
right.
also seen a more strategic approach to hiring, which has been kind of cool to see. I'm the only manager in the company that doesn't manage staff. I don't know if that's intentional or not. I'll bring that up with. I did have HR on the phone. I should have asked her during that podcast why they don't trust me.
Absolutely. I think they probably want to keep it easy for you so you can focus on the amazing things you do instead of doing
Well, thank
paperwork
you.
with stuff.
My paperwork. I
Your TP
hesitated having.
paper. Don't you? I thought you always are busy. Every time I ask you what you're doing, you're sending the TP report.
Oh, absolutely.
Are you busy with
That
the TP report? Yeah,
that had to be one of the best things. I think that was early on when you and I first met each other, right? That was when Jackie Diaz
that's
started.
right.
That was
That was
so funny.
almost 4 years ago. Yeah.
That was funny. I mean, I love that. And I can't believe that.
Yeah, we
But
miss
somebody
you
finally.
since you moved to East Coast. We don't get to see you that often. Which is
I think that
both a blessing and a curse. It's both a blessing and a curse.
I feel the same way. 100%. 100%. Whenever I come into the office, I get, you know what I do? I go to lunch and I get nothing done. When I'm in South Carolina, I'm working. I'm online at 6 a.m. and I'm working till like 8:30 at night Eastern time. I'm putting in the hours.
There we go.
And then I make up for it because when I come to the bank, I think, oh, I'm on vacation. I take a train. I'm on a ferry. I'm walking outside. It's sunny. People are saying hi, and I'm like, wow, I'm on vacation. Then I show up. Hey, let's go grab lunch. Sure. And then it's time to go home.
Is
So,
that why you wear flip flops and shorts to the office?
well, you can only see my shirt. This is the latest in TASI golf wear.
I like it. Is it the one people are going to see everybody wearing at the TASI Invitational Golf Tournament on June 19th?
Unfortunately, you just ruined the surprise, but yes, all the players will be getting this shirt as a 5-year
There
commemorative
we go.
anniversary gift. We at TASI Bank don't do
There we
anything
go.
cheap, although I did get a good price point on the shirts. And did you notice? It
Did you
looks
have to
kind
sell
of
your
like a
soul for
wave.
that?
It's got all the brand colors: yellow, orange.
I don't see the wave, but I do see the brand colors.
Well, it's kind of wavy, and like if I lost a lot of weight, but it looked like a big wave. But now it's like a
Yeah, I think I may need to have some mushrooms to see the wave.
family program. Shah McKenna and I were drinking beers on the program. If you want a microdose, we'd have to do it together, like not remotely. Have you ever
Let's clear it with
microdosed
HR.
those mushrooms?
No,
You're a
no.
vegetarian. You eat
I
regular
know. I
mushrooms.
don't mind mushrooms. I never tried it. I'm curious about it, but never tried it.
Oh,
Maybe with
Aaron
you.
Rodgers.
Maybe you and me can after this podcast.
Well, you know what I'd like to do? I would like to find some mushrooms, bring them in for the quarterly staff meeting tomorrow, and just sit there and
Yeah.
listen to HR for the next 4 hours while I pretend I'm being held hostage in a no escape environment.
Yeah. No, I do think the mushrooms should be there at every party because they are
Okay.
the fungi.
You know, this interview was supposed to be about, because I've had underwriters on, I've had credit analysts on, I've had relationship managers on. Dave Hovis, the first bank president I've ever had on the program. I even had
Yep.
Jesus Leon Guerrero, whose lineage goes, from the founder
Right.
all the way down to the youngest grandson. So I've had important people on this program. And then there's you, who I was hoping you were going to be able to tie how credit and the underwriting and the credit, it's like an educational piece, more so for me, because I'm the marketing guy and I really don't know anything. You know the whole truth about the whole banking thing with me, right? I was going to
All right.
baking school, BAKING. I ended up in banking school. I didn't see the end. I showed up with like a little white coat and a little egg beater and a thermometer. And people were like, "Where's your HP12C calculator? You're in banking school, mister." And ever since then, I've been bitter. I wanted to
Where
make
did you
all the
use the
croissants.
thermometer?
Well,
Where's the thermometer? Is it still stuck somewhere?
it was like a confectioner's thermometer measuring melted chocolate.
Okay.
Yeah, I know
All
where
right.
you're going with that. I did try during COVID. Every time we came into the bank, every single time we came into the bank. Do you remember those days? You had to get your temperature taken. They had that little machine that was like, put it on your
Yep.
head.
They had a sign-in sheet. You got to put your temperature in and then sign off.
And I was like, and we had, I'm not going to mention people's names back
But that
then.
was an infrared thermometer. You don't have to stick it in
Why
anywhere.
didn't that? I
Did
was
you,
like,
did you
okay.
try? Did you try to
With
stick it
all
in
the
somewhere?
thermometer, well, they have the thing you can wipe on your head. They have a rectal thermometer, which, why didn't we do a rectal thermometer? Why didn't we do the little thing where you stick it under your tongue?
Yeah, I don't think HR approved those practices.
So they want to stick
But
something in your head.
Yeah, but what I'm curious about is that did you thought the infrared thermometer had to be stuck somewhere?
Every time I walked in, you know what happened? I mean, it was ridiculous. I was ridiculous. I hated that. Anyway, all right, so.
But
go on.
Yeah, to go back to your question, right? How does credit administration, underwriting?
You oversee credit, and I participate in all the meetings. I'm fortunate enough to sit at the table and listen to everything, and you pull a lot of weight in the organization. I mean, like you have the authority to say you have the stamp, no, denied, yes, go forward, move ahead. So you've got a lot of responsibility with the bank, and you also, because I downplay a little bit, but you do, kind of look at it from a risk perspective as well as a compliance perspective, right?
Right.
So how does that all work in the way a loan works and how things do or don't get funded?
I mean, it's like the yin and the yang, right? You got to work with business development, right? They're bringing in the business. I'm on the risk side. I manage the risk in the portfolio. And one is not more important than the other, right? They both have to work in conjunction. Without any business, there's no use for credit administration. And without credit administration, there is no safeguards to the bank for the deals we bring in. So I think over the years, we had such a good group of people, relationship managers, underwriters, uh, on loan support side, and myself being included, that we figured out a way to work together to understand what deals we're going to do and what we're not going to do. No one takes it personally when we do a deal or when we don't do a deal, right?
Yep.
Everybody understands that, hey, uh, there is a function. It may be at opposing viewpoints, right? Me looking from the risk perspective, they're bringing in the business as they're supposed to, but there's always a middle ground. And over the years, I think we've done a really good job of getting there and everybody on board. Not to say disagreements won't happen or somebody feels more passionately about their viewpoint. And that's why we encourage is passionate discussions. But it's always been done for most parts in a respectful way. And that's a reason everybody listens to each other. Everybody has a voice on the table.
So I've
So
heard all of them.
everybody's heard, and then the decisions. Exactly. You also said you hear voices of people not existing in the room, right? You hear different
No, what I
voices.
said was I hear
You see dead
voices.
people.
No, I don't see that. I hear voices a lot. I do hear voices, but they're in a foreign language, so I can't understand it. I'm just speak barely can speak English. So I don't know what's going
Okay.
on in my head, but I do hear
Let me know
voices
if you need
quite a bit.
translation. I can translate.
What? How many
I
languages do you
translate. I
speak?
translate for dead people.
How many languages do you speak?
Uh, English, Hindi, Gujarati, little bit of Marathi, and of course, dead people language.
All those languages end with an I. Girardi?
They do,
Yeah.
coincidentally. Gujarati, yes, that's my
You could
native
almost speak Italian because every
language.
Italian, most Italian things end in I.
I'm not moving my hands enough, right? Don't should I be
That's
moving
true.
my hands enough to
But
talk like an
you and I
Italian?
have talked about this.
Yeah,
Indian and Italian are very, very close, spelled almost the same way. Culturally, we're very
absolutely
similar. Culturally, you and I are very similar.
correct. They both like bargaining. They like
One,
discounts.
one.
They always listen to their mothers.
That's right. Look at you. Come on, keep going, Viral. I love that. I love that. You learn how to
Yeah, but
cook.
I just
You
don't
learn how to cook.
know. Yeah, I just don't think the Italians will agree with putting curry in their spaghetti. But
No.
that could be a great new revolution, a new fusion.
You know what we should
Curry
do? We
spaghetti with
Why don't you
meatballs.
and I do like a Italian Indian fusion kind of potluck? We'll just cook together and we'll feed the staff. That'd be kind of fun.
So instead of marinara sauce, we could use tikka masala sauce.
One hundred
Can you
percent. I
imagine
go for
that?
that. Yeah.
Penne pasta and tikka masala? Dude, we're revolutionizing cuisine right here.
Oh,
You
we're
and
not only
me,
making
Michelin
waves.
rated restaurant.
I'm ready. You know where I can get a loan?
Yeah.
Do you guys fund? Do you guys? Do we fund restaurants? We don't fund restaurants. We're not doing restaurants. We're
No,
doing
this would be
cannabis.
exception to policy, but yeah, no,
Okay.
this would be exception. Oh, are you saying that we should infuse CBD in the pasta fusion dishes?
No,
You
but
on a roll, Alan? What have you been
as
having?
cannabis bankers, what I'm thinking is an Indian Italian fusion restaurant with a cannabis lounge right next to it. I mean, who's going to deny that? I'll go to the
Dude,
loan
I
committee
think I
right
think
now
we
with the idea.
we are on to something. I think we are on to something. We should get this idea patent because this is going to be public. People will steal the idea. Let's
Well,
get
first of
a
all,
copyright patent on it
nobody
and let's
watches
do
this
that.
podcast. There's zero viewership, zero. Okay. I can't even get. I don't want to mention Kim's name on air, but I can't even get Kim to watch this program. Kim's choice is, hey, after dinner we can sit down on the couch and watch a TASI Bank podcast, which I always think is informational and educational, or we can turn on what's the. I mean, there's three of these channels. Hallmark has three different channels. They
Yeah,
got like a mystery channel, the Hallmark channel, so I watch a lot of Hallmark movies. A
there
lot.
we go. What we need is a Christmas backdrop. Dude, we'll be a Hallmark podcast.
Yeah. Do you watch the Hallmark movie? You're a Christmas guy.
Uh,
You're a holiday guy.
I do,
You
I
you
do.
you
It's
go
the
over the top. You
same.
love to decorate. You love decorating.
I do for all festivals, Christmas, Halloween, even Diwali. I like decorating. A lot of my neighbors have given me cards and say thank you for doing this every Christmas, Halloween, even Diwali. They like to see the festivity in the neighborhood.
Yeah.
And I do it. So I do it for my kids. I do it for myself, but also do it more for my neighbors because they really enjoy it.
But you really go
And
over
it
the
had,
top.
oh, I know, it takes me a good amount of time. And my garage is full of Halloween and Christmas decor. My wife has a big complaint about that.
You better, yeah, no, listen
It
to your
takes me
wife.
time to take it down. I just took out the last Christmas thing from the outside back in April. So
Bro,
almost 4 months after Christmas.
that's why you have kids. You have them do it with you. It teaches them a good work ethic. Come on, man.
Oh, no, no. Kids are great at putting it up. Cleanup is never their job, it's always the parents.
That's a good point. That's a universal
Yeah.
parenting truth. All right, so let's get back to the loan stuff. So when you guys are sitting there, right, you truly are looking
Yeah.
at the risk associated with it. You talked about, the disagreements and some of the passion that, we
Right.
operate with because, everybody's operating on either the client's behalf or the bank's behalf. And during those
Correct.
conversations, right, it comes to light that, X wasn't right, or we didn't catch Y, or, there was something wrong with Z. When a deal kind of goes sideways, how do you guys handle that with the client? And then how do you reconcile that internally?
You know, something which you said, right, was I think very important, and we should talk a little bit more about that before I move on to the question. You said, hey, people are looking at either the client side or the bank's perspective. But what I've always said and discussed with the team is there's area which coincides. That is the win-win area, which takes care of the bank's interests as well as the clients. That's where TASI Bank specializes and operates in, right? We not like the big banks who just say, this is a process, take it or leave it. We customize a lot. We change things around to suit the client, but we also customize it to meet our credit risk. We are a little bit more nimble in the way we can maneuver compared to certain big banks where the process may be very laid out in stone. But at Tasi Bank, that's how we've been able to grow from 40 million in 2011 to over 650 million and ending the year over 700 million in 2025. That's where it comes in. Uh, as normal course of business, it's just statistics and probability that in certain times you'll have a bad loan, a loan that goes sideways once in a while. We had a really great streak, even up till now, where we haven't really had significant loans that's gone bad or any dollar amount of losses, which was significant, except for a little bit last year and maybe this year. But it's very rare. It's just one loan in that respect. Uh, Typically you try to work with your borrowers. You don't throw them out on the street. There's always a reason. Nobody intentionally defaults,
Yeah,
just because they say, hey, let's take it to the bank. There's always situation or circumstances. If they come to us early on, more often than not, we are able to assist them. We can modify the terms of the loans or figure out different ways. We can help them with different partnerships or maybe secured additional capital to tide them over. May connect them with different peers in the industry where we have a lot of network. One of the things which we do uniquely at Tasi Bank is we also you know, uh, try to be their confidant advisors and connect them to people who specialize in these things if they have a problem. Uh, More often than not, we've seen a great turnaround, like pandemic. Post pandemic, so many of our borrowers face challenges. And it wasn't unique to us, it was unique to, I mean, every bank in the country felt that.
yeah,
But we didn't call on a single loan, we didn't put anybody in default, we worked with them, we give them additional deferment and additional loan, and we did it in such a creative way with the blessings of the regulators that they ended up paying way less interest than us just deferring it.
yeah.
We got really creative, and fought for our clients, and we got regulatory approvals, which was a longer process, but we uh, were able to show it to them that how this benefits the clients, and they blessed it.
Yep.
So everybody came together, right? The regulators, the bank, clients, we all came together to find a solution. And most of this business, I'm so proud to say, have turned around, right? Nobody really closed down or left because of the pandemic. So sometimes working with the customer makes sense, but in very rare situations, things may be beyond fixing. If they
Yep.
came to us too late or things maybe is too dire, and that's unfortunate. But even then, we try to be very respectful, try to work out an amicable way. Nobody's happy in the situation, not the bank, not the client, but we understand. Sometimes it's just a situation; it's not anybody's fault per se, and we work with that. And we still have a lot of goodwill with all our clients, even
Well,
those
and
who
it
don't
seems
even
like
bank
we
with
still have a
us.
very good
Yeah,
relationship with the regulators as well, too.
we do, and that's a trust, right? So we try to always uphold that trust. We are always very proactive in what we do. If we identify a problem, we don't wait for it to be told. We take the appropriate action. We grade it accordingly. We identify the risk uh, very clearly and very promptly. We are very proactive in that approach. So they never had a concern that we were not doing it and they had to come and downgrade our loans.
Yeah.
It's never happened. So we take great pride in that. We take great pride in working and doing the right thing for everybody, for our shareholders, for the employees at TASI Bank, our customers, our regulators. We account for everybody.
And
We,
that
we
really
had to
is
be
one of,
responsible.
well, yeah, and that's really one of our
Yeah.
differentiators in terms of the service that we provide and how we
Yeah.
do act as trusted advisors on behalf of our clients. And you
Right.
have a very important job, and it is awesome working with you.
Yeah. You know how many times Alan customers have come to us because we find something wrong with their tax returns or something, and they go back to the CPAs and realize, oh yeah, that was an error, and they're so grateful because sometimes they save money on taxes or they basically save themselves from paying a penalty later on. uh, we do that. We also advise them pointed them to the right advisors for estate planning, making the trust and will, because a lot of our borrowers are small businesses. They worked hard to grow their business, and now they're at a stage where they have multiple businesses, assets,
Yeah.
but they haven't really put it under protection of corporation charters. So we help them and tell them that, hey, you work so hard. Why don't you also take a little extra time and protect it? And sometimes they'll have their own resources. If not, they ask us, and we point them to the right resources.
Yeah, that's
Uh,
cool.
so they value that, and that's the reason 80% of our business right now is repeat business or referral business,
Which is amazing.
and they keep coming
Amazing.
back.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It makes my
That's
job
just
as a
very
marketing guy
unique in this
really easy.
marketplace.
Yeah.
No, but it's also, what I think what you've done a great job is you created a brand that our customers have learned to love as well.
Yeah.
This morning, I had a candidate who came in for an interview, and he said, hey, I was on your website, and your website's so different than the most boring websites I've seen with other banks. It makes it feel like it's a different place. And coming in, he told me that, hey, you know what, you guys, I came in, everybody was working but also chatting and smiling and jovial. Nobody was like, sitting at the desk quietly just working like in his previous workplace. And that's what makes us different. We not your standard bank.
Yeah.
uh, we are with the times. We know our stuff, we know our game. We're extremely confident about what we can deliver and knowledgeable about what we do, and be able to guide you in the process. But at the same time, we not, this is not a cemetery or a graveyard that everybody's extremely serious. We
No,
play
it's
well and we
definitely
work hard.
it's the
Yeah,
antithesis of boring banking. We do have a lot of fun, and I've noticed the energy since I've been in the office this week.
yeah,
It's been fun. It's been a fun week so far.
absolutely. And
Well,
that's the
HR
reason if you
HR's in
look
the
at
office
the,
too.
and even with HR being there, people are having fun. Can you imagine which other corporation can say that?
Not many. Not many.
Yeah,
Mm-mm. No,
yeah.
no. Well,
So,
I always like to end my segments with a joke. That's not true. I'm just saying that because you're on the program, and I just figured I'm going to tell some banking jokes to you to see how quick you are and see if you can retort as quick. And this isn't prepared, so I know that we both go at each other with some jokes every once in a while. But why can you
Sure.
never tell secrets in a bank? There's too many
Uh,
tellers.
ooh. Do you remember the time when you first joined the bank and I offered you a no interest loan? And what did
I,
you say to me?
I can't
You
remember.
said, if you're not interested in giving me a loan, I don't want it.
Why did the football player go to the bank? He needed to get his quarterback.
Why?
He needed to get his quarterback.
Ooh, I like that.
Uh, you know who the richest woman in the Bible is?
She was a
Pharaoh's
banker,
daughter.
I assume.
No, Pharaoh's daughter. She went to the Bank of the Nile and pulled out a little profit. Viral,
You
thank
gotta
you
be
for your
careful with that one.
time. It's awesome
Thank you
having you
for
on the
having me,
program.
Alan.
You're welcome,
I
brother. I
appreciate
can't.
that.
Yeah. Hey, and you know we're not going to mention Henry's Hunan on the air, but you and I have a veggie curry chop chop date.
Which is not on the menu. It's a secret menu item.
It is a secret
So
menu
if
item.
you watch this podcast, go and ask for a veggie curry chop
And
chop.
the thing is, I've been going to Hunan since 1983, and I've been to every single one in the city, and never. It wasn't until 2019. Now, actually, it wasn't 2019. It was right before COVID that we went to the Hunan up
Right.
on Sacramento Street
That's
because there
right.
was John Regis was here from Guam, and so was Fred Santiago. And we went up there,
Correct.
and you ordered veggie curry chop chop, and I'm like,
Chop.
I've been coming to this restaurant for 30 years, and I've never seen this on a menu. Only you. You're like
It's
your
a
own In and Out.
it's a secret. It's a secret that gets passed on from friends to friends. I got to know that secret from a client of ours. He used to go there for years and he knew the secret dish. And when he told me, I was hooked on it.
I mean, I don't even know how they dice those vegetables the way they do. I mean, that is one of the best curry dishes I've ever had. And you know me, I love curry.
Yeah.
I mean, but that
Let's
that
go there
is
tomorrow. Let's
I'm
do it
game for
tomorrow.
sure. Yeah. All right. All
And
right. Well,
anyone
hey,
listening, if you join us over there, the meal's on us.
if anybody's listening and they show up at Henry's Hunan on the Toma, you get some free veggie
Yes.
curry chop chop. All right,
There we
Viral
go.
Shah, thank you very much. Until next time, keep making waves.
Thank you, Alan.
See ya,
Thank you,
Viral.
Alan. Take care. Bye bye.